There are 11 games left to go in the Premier League. There's still a little bit of Champions League to go, but if the summer transfer window were to start tomorrow, who would be on the chopping block? Welcome, Blue Believers, to another episode of the Stamford Sync, where we are syncing up with everything Chelsea FC. And I'm going back to my roots today. Diving back into an idea that I did very, very, very early on, but I'm going to make it a little bit more concise. We're going to take a look at the entire Chelsea squad. Every single player currently on our first team. That doesn't include players out on loan or players that we've bought that are going to come in later. Nothing like that. We are just going to look at players that are with us at the moment, go through goalkeepers, defenders, midfielders and attackers, and we're going to imagine if the transfer window was tomorrow, who would I be looking to keep, loan or sell? But guys, this is going to be a big one, and before we get into it, if you are enjoying my content and would like to see more, please do me the distinct honour of liking and sharing this video, subscribe to the channel, or just roast me in the comments, whatever gets you through your day. Oh yeah, and if you've got a couple of little cheeky hype points lying around, I wouldn't say no to those either. So let's do it, let's get into this massive list, and we're going to start with goalkeepers. So Robert Sanchez, for me, is a keep. It's a bit of a weird one. There are definitely conversations going around about other goalkeepers that we're interested in and stuff like that at the moment. But for me, at the moment, just because he's literally been one of our better players this season, if we are going to bring another goalkeeper in, I would be happy to see a Czech Courtois style battle for that number one position. But I don't think losing Robert Sanchez right now, especially when we've just got him to a point where he's actually pretty good, is a good idea. So for me, Robert Sanchez is a keep. Philip Jorgensen, sell. Absolutely. He already wants to go. I feel a little bit bad for him that he's kind of here because he's just not getting any game time. He really wanted to try and make a big push to get in the Denmark team for the World Cup if they were to qualify. But yeah, at the end of the day, man, Philip Jorgensen isn't getting enough game time. He's not developing. He wants to go, so I think it's just the best thing that he gets sold. Teddy Sharman-Lowe, keep as a third keeper, potentially. I don't have really strong feelings about him either way, but I think he's an academy player, so, that kind of gives him a little bit of impetus over, one of the other players that's going to be in this list in a similar situation. But yeah, for me, Teddy Sharman-Lowe, keep him around. Very young goalkeeper. It's good to have a third choice keeper, although I would rather have an older, more experienced head like we have in days past. Next up, Gaga Slonina, sell. I think a lot of hype when we brought him. Everyone was like, oh, Gaga Slonina is going to be great. Got him from the American League. But yeah, you've never seen him play, and I just don't think... I think we would have seen him play already, bearing in mind that Philip Jorgensen has had a couple of really shaky performances over the last couple of seasons with us. So yeah, for me, Gaga Slonina is a sell. And now moving into the defenders, we're going to start with Marco Correa, and this is a really easy one. It's a keep. He's brilliant. Not only one of the better players on our team, but one of the best left-backs in the league, if not world football. Tosin Adarabioyo, sell. It's pure profit because we got him on a free. He's been... not great, let's be completely honest. He's had some standout performances, don't get me wrong, but to say that he's the oldest player in our squad, he doesn't play like it, he's not reliable, and at the end of the day, the centre-back situation at Chelsea is dire, and we need to clear space to start bringing in better quality players. Tosin Adarabioyo was never supposed to play as much as he has, I think. We got him on a free from Fulham. Our centre-back situation has dictated that he's probably got a lot more game time than he would have otherwise done, and for me, it's a sell. Benoit Badiashile is a sell as well, kind of similar to Tosin Adarabioyo. You could argue that he's got more potential because he's only 24, do you know what I mean? He's still got a long time in his career to go. He's a really, really good passer, but ultimately he's just not the level we need at Chelsea. So for me, Benoit Badiashile is a sell. Levi Colwill, obviously, we haven't seen him this season, but last season he was instrumental to our success. And yeah, he's an absolute keep. I can't wait to see him back on the pitch. I really, really think that could be transformative for us. Just having a steady head like Levi Colwill, who's got good leadership skills and qualities as well. Easy one for me. Levi Colwill is a keep. Mamadou Sarr, only just come in, had one phenomenal game against Hull. Calm, astute, assured. Really, really like what I've seen from him so far. Obviously, played for Liam Rosenior for 18 months at Strasbourg before he moved here. And yeah, 100% for me, Mamadou Sarr is a keep. Yoro Hato, absolutely keep. I think that it is a travesty that we've only really just started seeing him play. I think if we'd have seen him play a lot more from the beginning half of the season, I think we'd be seeing more for him. And this period we're in at the moment without Marco Correa because he's been injured, I think Yoro Hato would be a lot more comfortable to step into that position if Maresca had played him a bit more. But what we have seen from him so far since Liam Rosenior has come in has been pretty good. So for me, easy one, it's a keep. Trevor Chalobah, this is a difficult one. I would keep him, so I'm going to mark it as a keep. I think that he's just been our most consistent centre-back this season for sure, but I think the stars are aligned for him to get sold. I think if we go out and buy a better centre-back option, he's not going to be happy just to drop down, and also because he's an academy player, he's pure profit and will make it a lot easier for us to get some liquid cash on the books. So for me, Trevor Chalobah is a keep, but like I say, I have a feeling that he's going to be sold. Reece James, keep, not only keep, get him a new contract, give him whatever he wants, $500,000 a week, I don't care. Literally, Reece James is absolutely instrumental to all the success we've had at Chelsea since we won the Champions League. He's such a good player. He's developed into a really good captain, a really good leader, and yeah, that's just an easy one. I don't think there's a single person watching this video that would disagree with me about that one. Reece James, absolutely got to be a keep. Malo Gusto's a bit of a head scratcher. It's a keep, I think, and only because ultimately Reece James is our right back, right? And Malo Gusto is a good deputy right back as and when you need him to be. He can play a little bit on the left as well. I think Malo Gusto's had too much asked of him since he's come at Chelsea, especially under Maresca. Enzo Maresca obviously really favoured him as, oh, you can play as a fullback, a winger, a shadow striker, a number 10, all this, that and the other. Do you know what I mean? I think Malo Gusto has always looked at his best when he's been a right back, and I think when he just plays as a right back, he is a good understudy to Reece James. I think it'll cost a lot of money to replace him, although we could probably sell him for a decent amount as well, but for me, I would keep Malo Gusto right now. Wesley Fofana, this one is probably going to polarise some people. For me, it's a keep, because I would like to sell a lot of our centre-backs, don't get me wrong. Do you know what I mean? 100%. I want to see, Axel Disasi gone. I've already said I want to see Benoit Badiashile and Tosin gone. But we can't just sell everyone. And for me, albeit, yeah, he made a pretty big mistake in the Burnley game the other day, he's been one of our better centre-backs this season. We had that period of like 8 games in a row where him and Chalobah played together and we just didn't lose. Do you know what I mean? And loads of clean sheets between the two of them. He's not as technical and good a passer and stuff, but he is a good centre-back and he's still really young. We spent a lot of money on him, so it would be difficult to recoup that. For me, Wesley Fofana, as of right now, is a keep. Josh Achiampong, keep him. Everyone keep your hands off Josh Achiampong. He's still so young. He's got so much potential. We've seen him put out some phenomenal performances this season. He's being sort of dipped in and out of right back and centre back at the moment, although he himself wants to be a centre back. I guess we'll see how that goes. But yeah, for me, and again, I'll be really surprised if anyone disagrees with me about this one. Josh Achiampong, got to keep. So that's the defenders. We will move into the midfield, starting with vice-captain Enzo Fernandez, which I have been critical of Enzo Fernandez, but I have seen him mature into a really, really solid player. And it's a keep, isn't it? Like I said, and to be fair, even if it was a sell, like it's going to be hard to sell him because we're going to ask for a huge amount of money for him. I think his leadership skills have gotten better. I think that for the last 2 seasons consistently, albeit I have been critical of him, he's turning up with the numbers, man. Do you know what I mean? He scores big goals and big moments. And I just think he's quite versatile as well. He's played in the 10, he plays as an 8 and sometimes as a number 6, but not as often. Even out on the left a little bit recently, Liam Rosenior seems to be trying that with him. But yeah, for me, this is a quite easy one. Enzo Fernandez, keep. Dario Asugo. So, Dario Asugo has just been injured all season, and he's back in training at the moment. He's available to maybe play some of the games towards the end of the season. He didn't look absolutely like a world beater. He looked like a good understudy to Moises Caicedo at the end of the day, but we need to kick on. This is the issue, isn't it? Is like we need to kick on. And I think, there's been rumours about Felix Nemecha from Borussia Dortmund, and maybe we are still looking to add something to our midfield. Dario Asugo for me would be a loan. I think potentially he could be a really good player, but I just think he's been really unlucky with that injury this season. But, I wouldn't just say, let's just give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, we need to kick on. We need to improve our squad. And I don't know if Dario Asugo improves our squad at the moment. So, yeah, for me, it would be a loan, but I would be interested to see how he develops. Andre Santos, keep for me. Absolutely. Again, very much like Yoru Hato, I thought it was egregious that he was barely played in the opening half of the season. And since Liam Rosenior's come in, he has just been phenomenal. Albeit, he might have been the mystery player that was at fault for the not doing his marking assignment in the game against Burnley, which, cost us that goal at the end of the game. So it'd be interesting to see if that is true, how he responds to that. But I think it's fair to say, since, he's come into the midfield proper and he's played almost every single game under Liam Rosenior, I think he's been really, really good. I think he was really good at Strasbourg last season. I think there's more to come from him. So for me, it's a keep. Moises Caicedo, keep, obviously. Now, needs to sort out this yellow card situation. If he gets another 2 yellow cards in the next 5 games, he will go for a 2-match ban, which is really, really, really irritating. But at the same time, he's just been phenomenal in parts this season. He, consistency. He's still really young at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? He's not, he's not even 25 yet. I think he's only like 23, nearly 24 years old. So obviously still a very young player. But On his day, one of the best midfielders in the Premier League, and, absolutely got to be a keep, because when we play out our best, Moises Caicedo is normally at the heart of it. Romeo Lavia, this one is hard, man. This one's really, really, really hard. I love Romeo Lavia as a player. I think he's got a skill set that we don't have in any of our other midfielders. He's an absolutely phenomenal passer, but it is just the injury woes, isn't it? Now, I think this will be more telling. Right now, I'll say keep, but I think throughout the rest of the season, he'll get enough game time to see if he's going to get injured again or not, basically, won't he? And he will get a break, a pre-season. He's not going to go to the World Cup, anything like that. So, I'll say keep for now, but if he gets injured, that might be a worrying sign that maybe he's not going to stick around for too much longer. Right, so that's the midfielders. We're going to move into the attackers, and we're going to start with Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto, man, has caught a lot of flack this season, but he's been one of the best performing attacking wingers in the league this season. Do you know what I mean? He's literally up there with, he's performed better than Mo Salah. He's in and around Phil Foden. He's currently, I think, performed better than Bukayo Saka as well. When you, not necessarily just in the Premier League, but his whole season, he's got like 10 goals and 5 or 6 assists. Do you know what I mean? Really, really good. So I would keep him at the moment. I think it's, I don't think we need to go in for a right winger. I think there are massive holes in our left wing, for instance, that really, really, really need sorting out. Obviously, we're going to talk about that in a minute. But yeah, for me, it would be keep Pedro Neto at least for next season. I do think that there is a worry about him being sold, because someone will come in with money for him, and we've got Giovanni Quenda coming in next season as well. But I don't think having 2 18, 19-year-olds on the right wing for an entire season is necessarily a good idea. Next up, Liam Delap. This is a tough one as well, to be completely honest. The truth is, 2 goals is not good enough. 2 goals in the season, 1 against Barcelona, do you know what I mean, who had 10 men at the time. It's just absolutely not good enough. Yes, he got a hat-trick of assists against Hull, but it's assists. He's a striker. He's, kind of supposed to be a bit more of a flat track bully striker, and he's just not even really been able to do that. His work ethic has improved. He definitely has some disciplinary issues, like he's got some silly cards and likes just kind of elbowing people in the face. That seems to kind of be a little bit of his thing. For me, it's going to be a loan, and that is because the situation, right? That, we've got Emmanuel Omega coming in next season, and Emmanuel Omega, albeit quite different, is a lot closer to the style of striker that João Pedro is, for instance, who we're going to talk about in a minute, than Liam Delap is. Liam Delap is a complete separate option, but how often are we going to need that separate kind of option? Is it better to try and essentially get your team playing one way and have players who can, do you know what I mean, cover those same sorts of positions? Like I say, Emmanuel Omega would be much closer to João Pedro as a player than Liam Delap is. So I don't think Liam Delap, we've seen everything that we can see from him. I don't just think he's kind of flopped a bit this season, but in general, I still think he's so young, 22, loads of potential, could still be a really good striker, and I would not want to just shell him out instantly, but at the same time, I think if, like I say, what we really need to do is kick on, and for me, Liam Delap doesn't look like he's adding enough to the party at the moment. Maybe it's a second season thing, maybe he settles in and he could be really good next season, but I don't know. No, do you know what? I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to say keep him as a third striker, but if he's not happy with that, you could agitate for a move anyway, so we'll see what happens, but I'm going to say keep. Right, Cole Palmer, easy, stay. This has been a recovery season for him. He probably won't go to the World Cup. He will rest, he'll train, he'll get fit again, do you know what I mean? And he'll have a pre-season, which will be really, really important as well. Just the best player in the squad by far when he's on his best day. We haven't seen him have too many of his best days for a little while now, but I think it's ridiculous to even consider the idea of wanting to sell Cole Palmer, do you know what I mean? So for me, Cole Palmer, absolutely want him to stay. Jamie Gittins, this is where it starts to get difficult with the left wing situation. I would say keep Jamie Gittins. Jamie Gittins has, I don't know, it's weird because Garnacho has had a better season, but Jamie Gittins is younger and looks like, already under Liam Rossinho, looks like he's definitely taken to this style of football a little bit more. He likes to cut in, do you know what I mean? He's not that byline winger that Enzo Maresca wanted. Obviously, he's been injured a bit recently, but what we've seen from him since Rossinho came in has been quite promising. Also, really good with like an inverted cross to get a few assists. He's got a few of those this season. That's been really, really good to see. Yeah, for me, I don't necessarily think he's the level yet, but I think he could be a good backup next season. So yeah, I would keep him. João Pedro, obviously keep. João Pedro, 11 goals in the Premier League this season. I think he's on like 13, 14 goals in total now. He could definitely overtake. Nicholas Jackson got 17 goals in his first season in all competitions. I think João Pedro was on to beat that and could get 20. I don't know, maybe that's a massive ask, man, but he does keep popping up with goals recently. And he is the only player we actually bought in this summer just gone after the Club World Cup, well, during the Club World Cup, that has actually kicked on and made us a better team. So I'm happy to see João Pedro as our number 9. I really like watching him play. I really like his style, and it's an easy keep for me. Mark Yu, sad to say, but it's a sell. Mark Yu is, we got him for 5 mil from Barcelona. Obviously still got loads of potential. Really good, aggressive presser. But again, in thinking about we need to kick on, we can't have time for players like Mark Yu, unfortunately. That's, kind of the story of a few of the players on this list, I think. But we don't have the time to develop Mark Yu and give him the game time and hope he gets good enough. And because we bought him for 5 mil, he's money waiting to happen, essentially. We'll get 20 mil for Mark Yu minimum, do you know what I mean? So, quadruple the profit. Like I say, a bit of a shame, but at the same, because I do like him and, the odd game that he's had that he's performed well. But I do think he's had enough game time now to show that he's just nowhere near pushing into the team. And like I say, we need to kick on. So yeah, for me, Mark Yu is a sell. Estevan Willian, keep. He's been phenomenal. It is nuts that he is 18 years old. He'll be going to the World Cup with Brazil. And he plays in their first team quite often as well. We've barely even scratched the surface about what we're going to see from this kid, man. Estevan Willian has been one of the most exciting players in what has been a tumultuous season for Chelsea fans in general. But easy one there. Absolutely keep Estevan Willian. Alejandro Garnacho. It's a sell for me, and I kind of hate even saying that, man, because I had a lot of hope for Alejandro Garnacho. I think that he performed so well in a Man United team that kept on getting worse and worse and worse and worse, and during that he kept on getting better and better and better. I don't know if it's a stylistic thing, an attitude thing, maybe he's just not good enough, I'm not sure what it is. Maybe the thing is, at Man United he was a little bit more of the main man, not entirely, but he was given maybe a bit more trust and a bit more freedom. But I'm just sick of watching him getting bullied by defenders. I'm sick of watching him failing to get past his man. He's good at a cutback and he can score the odd goal. Like he's cropped up, against Sunderland and Arsenal. He's cropped up in a few good moments and stuff, but he's had a lot of game time and has been nowhere near consistent enough. Our left wing really, really needs sorting out. We need a proper left winger next season. So I don't know. There's no real rumblings about it, but I think it makes more sense to sell Garnacho, because I think you'd get a better return. For instance, obviously with Jamie Gittins, we spent quite a lot of money on him. But with Garnacho, it all just seems to align that the best thing to do would be to sell him. I won't be super happy looking at Garnacho in our starting 11 next season if that's what's going to happen. Pedro Neto's still getting in over him at the moment, so obviously Rossinha doesn't really rate him either. So yeah, for me, Alejandro Garnacho, I had a lot of high hopes for him at the start of the season, but it's a sell. And one little special mention. I can't believe he's still on the Chelsea website, but he is. It is Mykhailo Mudryk. He doesn't even have a number. They haven't even taken an updated picture because he's still wearing the kit from 2 seasons ago. Is it now? Was that last season's kit? Oh, I can't even remember. No, that was last season's kit, wasn't it? But I didn't like that kit. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't even know if we can sell Mykhailo Mudryk, to be completely honest. I literally don't even know if we can sell him. I'm not sure what the situation is. I think he might have started training with the team again. I think there's been some noise about him maybe getting an opportunity. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, it would be crazy to see. But in terms of what I want, because that is what this list is, yeah, for me, Mykhailo Mudryk gets sold, because that just seems to make the most sense, doesn't it? So, guys, that is it. That is the entire current Chelsea first team, and whether I will keep, loan or sell them. There's a lot of keeps in there, man, and genuinely, I think that shows you that we've got the majority of a good team. It's just the holes we've got are massive. Do you know what I mean? The centre-back situation really needs sorting out. The goalkeeper situation is up in the air. Fullback's fantastic. Midfield, really, really good. A lot of our attackers are really good, and, we need a little bit of support for Cole Palmer in the centre of attack, for instance, but our right wing is solid, our left wing is a bit dead, and it's a bit of a 50-50 at striker, isn't it? We've got one absolute, brilliant player in João Pedro, and the likes of Mark Yu and Liam Delap aren't just good enough deputies for the level that we need them to be. So, it's not total overhaul. It's not complete surgery on the team that needs doing. It is just strengthening in a few positions. I'll be really interested to see what happens in the summer. Guys, let me know what you think about this list. Is there anyone that you disagree with? Are there people that I would keep that you would sell, and vice versa? Any players that I want to put out to pasture that you're like, no, actually, I think they've still got a role to play? Talk to me about it in the comments. I can't wait to find out what you think. Thanks very much for sticking around until the end of this video if you did, and I will catch up with you all very, very soon. Take it easy. Peace.